Right, let's have a look at this then. Who am I? What do you mean, who am I? Who are you? What do you mean, who am I? This is a HPI Nitro MT. And it's a bit dirty. Why is it dirty? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of mysteries in life. This one, I reckon, had a life on some kind of farm. There's a lot of straw and hay and a bit of hair everywhere and a bit of jerry-rigging. Usually things that are owned by people who live on farms are like this. I grew up around farms, so I know how things are on farms. This, I reckon, was owned by maybe one of the kids on a farm or something like that. I don't know, maybe they were just very, very dirty people. Who knows? Nevertheless, let's take some of this apart and we should be able to... Oh, I've got to pop that off. And we should be able to have a look to see what we've got for a bat tray. Bloody thing, why do they do that? I don't know why they do that. It's supposed to just turn like that, and I'm meant to be able... I might be able to get that battery out of there. There we go. Sometimes I get a bit stuck and I thought I was going to have to undo that screw, but it didn't get stuck. So now the bat tray is out. There we go. Right, this is the battery. I tried to charge it before in that other video. Have we got a... Nah. Ansman Racing. There's no date on this. Sometimes there's a production date or there's a date of when they say that it was, expired. Believe it or not, batteries have a date on them. If you go and get an AA battery out of your drawer indoors or out your TV remote or something, I guarantee it'll have a date on it. Normally about 10 years. But this one, it just doesn't seem to want to hold a charge. I did charge it in the previous video, and I'm not going to bother testing it, but we'll have to get another battery for that. I'll have to nick a battery out of one of the other cars. So this receiver is no good to me, and there's this bloody switch. I mean, who put that switch in there? What we're going to have to do, we're going to have to... Right, let's undo that. And we can take this whole assembly off then. We take that screw out. We should be able to take that whole assembly off like that. There we go. That's what we want to work with. So the rest of the car can go over here for now. That's going to be sprayed up with a load of degreaser in a minute, and we're going to give it a jolly good old clean. In fact, I could get the degreasing on it right now. Let's get the degreasing on it. Pick a nice spot on the floor down here, about there somewhere. This is just, I've got some no-nonsense degreaser in there. I'll give it a good old shake up, spray it. The spray's a bit funny on here, so it's a very old bottle. We're just going to spray everything we can see, even the brake pad. Why not? Let's go for it. Let's just do the old lot. Bit of degreaser. Yeah, straight in the air filter. Got to make sure you get it in the air filter. Straight down that carburetor. Yeah. Clean that carburetor out. All over the exhaust, because the exhaust was very dirty. There we go. Now we're spraying. Yes. Oh, now we're stopping again. Right. This degreaser can be doing its thing while we're having a look at the battery and the other stuff. Right, Sonny Jim. Who the hell is Sonny Jim? I don't know. Why do you ask me questions on that every bloody day? I ain't got a clue who these people are. Right. Let's poke that through there. I mean, look, I don't want this. What is this? Who put this on here? We're going to have a new receiver. Look, what is this all about? Someone's done a bit of a jam sandwich on there, haven't they? What have they done? It's good what they've done. They put a different switch. Obviously, their switch broke, so they didn't have an ordinary switch. So they put one of these switches on, which is fine. I don't mind the switch. The problem is that bollocks. I don't want that. I mean, who wants that on a battery? Why don't they have normal connections for little batteries? I know a lot of you seem to do this type of thing. It's fine, but it's just a problem. Because now, if I go and get another battery, I've then got to chop off the connector and sew on a bloody Dean's to make it match. I don't want to do that, do I? I just want to buy a battery and plug it in. So, we'll bin that off. And we'll bin off this whole switch and we'll put in... Let me make sure I've got one first. There we go. That should... I wonder if that one works. I don't know if that one works, to be fair. It's a switch, but whether it works is a different question, really. It might work. If not, I've got... Oh, I've got that one. Huh. That one could go in a little place. That one, maybe. Nah. Oh, I've got a charge switch. Brand spanking new charge switch. That could go in, potentially. Yeah, we'll stick a charge switch in there, I think. Actually, no, we won't, because the battery I've got has got a bloody... It's got 3 wires. Anyway. So that's a servo. We need to make sure we keep the servo, because I don't know if the servos work, but I don't want to break the wires on the servos. So make sure we treat them well, and then that's it. I haven't got... This is a 40 megs receiver. Someone tried to bloody tell me in the other video, that's not 40 megs, that's 20 megs, 27 megs. It's not. Look, it says 40 on it. What's the matter with you? It says 40 megs on it. Now, I haven't got any 40 megs crystals, but that's fine. People have said to me, I've got 40 megs crystals, you can have some. But that's fine. But the problem is I haven't got a 40 megs transmitter. So it's not gonna work. So only a pair of pliers. Hello there, Johnny boy. Still don't know who you are. I mean, you're here every day, but I don't know who you are. Does anybody know who anyone is? I mean, does anybody actually know who anybody is? I mean, nobody knows who anyone is. I mean, you think you know who people are, but you don't know who people are because people don't know who they are, if you know what I mean. So, when people say, I know them, you don't know them. You know, when people say, I know who they are, they don't know who they are. They think they do, but nobody knows anybody. They just think they know people. It's a crazy world, man. It is. I mean, for all I know, we could all just be aliens. I mean, I think we are, to be honest. I think we're all aliens, you know. We're all extraterrestrial beings living in this world. Oh. Well, I did want to keep that receiver, but I think I've just broken it. We're all extraterrestrial beings, you know? Right. See you later, receiver. This is a Futaba PCM1024. Not a bad receiver. Not a bad one at all. It's probably broken now, actually. I think I've probably just broken it. But these are all okay receivers, just no good for me at the moment. So that's going to go up there in a pile of receivers. I'll scrape the rest of this off, probably never. So there's the servo wires. That's the other switch wire that I don't need anymore. So that's that. Now I've got to try and undo that little... What he's done, the person who's done this, it's bolted in, you see, because this is a switch. It's got a little nut on it. That's twisting that whole thing. So if I get... I don't think... I haven't got... Well, I probably have got if I could be bothered to go and find it, but I should say I can't be bothered to go and find the right spanner. So I'm just going to turn it like this, and that'll undo that, and then we won't have to worry about that anymore. I know some of you are probably thinking, why am I undoing this person's good work? I mean, why am I undoing it? Well, I've just explained it, so you should know the reason why I'm undoing this person's good work. Don't you not listen to anything? Right. give this a bit of a clean off. Look, it says HPI on there. It's nice cleaning stuff because you come across little details now and again. All this dirt on here. Definitely from a farm, I reckon. All this grease and dirt. It just screams. Yeah, screams. I mean, it smells like curry. So, maybe, I don't know. Could be anything, to be fair. Could be anything. I'm just going to go and give it a bit of a blow with some compressed air. Right, before I go putting this switch in, let's test it. So, we've got continuity there. If I switch it to off, we should have no continuity on the live now. No continuity on the live. There we go. No continuity. If I switch it to on, we should get continuity back. No. Oh, that's because that probe come out of there. Right, let's try that again. Still nothing. What's going on here? You playing games with me? Right. Come on, you little bastard. You little bastard. Come on, man. Right. Continuity, because we're on now again. Off. No continuity. On. Huh. I don't think the switch is the best. Huh. Come on. Okay. On. Off. On. Off. On. So the switch is working. It's a little bit dicky, but it's working. Happy days. Right, so that's great. I couldn't be happier with that. I'm just so over the moon, I might go and dance somewhere. So we can put those wires down there. I don't know why that one's going in there for. That must be a gay wire. Fuck if I know. Right. Huh. That switch gonna fit. That switch is gonna fit in there. Let's undo these screws. Let's undo these screws so we can loosen this little fascia. Now, so that'll fit in there now, but bloody switch ain't going to go through that gap, is it? Who decided it was a good idea to put that wire through there? I'd like to know, because that wire's not supposed to go through there. No wires are meant to go through there. I don't think you'll find. Yeah, Mr. Jimmy Savile. Everyone knows who Jimmy Savile is. Jesus Christ, man. Right. That's it. I'll tell you what, it would have been easier if I just put it in from the bottom to start with, wouldn't it? That would have been a lot easier. But I didn't, and you lot are all screaming at me. Put it in from the bottom, it'll be a lot easier. Well, it's too late now. I've done it. So, I don't know what you're shouting at. Right, that can go through there. You lot know I do everything the hard way. Yeah, it's the way of me. I don't ever do anything the smart way, the good way. Everything is just the hard way, okay? Maybe I don't need that. Where's that flatted? Every tool is a hammer, unless it's a screwdriver, and then it's a pry bar. Right, so that way is on, that way is off. They're done up. Don't need that little bit. That can go in that switch drawer. There's a nice switch. Someone's cut that out, I reckon. That was meant to be there, but someone's cut something. You can see where they've cut it. So that wire goes along there, and that's a servo wire, you see. So that needs to poke up through there. I could just put that wire up through there again. That's probably why they did it, because they couldn't get that wire to go through there. I can get the battery one maybe to go through. I'll just poke it through with a screwdriver. I reckon that'll go. Maybe I can weave that out of the way. See, when they make these little cars, they don't ever think about this sort of thing, you know. It's not something that's ever on their radar of thought in the design office, you know. They don't think, oh, we're going to make the battery tray and all the receiver tray and all that easy, so that the customers who have paying us their hard-earned money to buy our product will have an easy time when they have to relocate the wires, because they will have to at some point. It's just one of those things. They might want to put new servos in or do something. So we'll make it easy for them. Now, they don't do that. They say we're going to make it bloody difficult for these bastards. They're spending their hard-earned money on our products, and we're going to make it as difficult as possible for them to do anything to it. But that's just life. So that's just the way it goes. And we all love it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here doing it. So, there we go. Now I just need to put that back, and then I can put the receiver on. I don't have to have this taken out to put the receiver on, but I do need to put the battery in before I do that. So I'm just going to go and nick a battery from another car. I'm back, and I don't think I got caught, so that's good. So now, that can go that way around. If I move out of shot, by the way, so you can't see, just shout at me, yeah, because I've got a tendency to do that. So if you just shout at me, and I'll realise, and I'll put everything back again. It's one of them things. I've got a bit of a tendency to do things like that sometimes. I get a bit carried away, and yeah. So that's what happens. So put a cable tie around there. Really, I need one of them reusable ones, but I haven't got a reusable one, so I'll just use these non-reusable ones. That's too small. And I don't think it's going to grip because it's too small. Have we got a bigger one? Is there a bigger one back there? What do you mean no? There is. That's a bigger one, isn't it? What do you mean no, there's not a bigger one? There is a bigger one. Bloody... You don't know what you're talking about, do you? I'll take that one out of there. Put that one in. I can't wait to give this a go. Get this going and take this for a little go. I love MTs. They're so cool, man. You know, back to a time when they actually put passion and care, and they actually wanted to make decent cars, you know. Not like today's standard of car. They don't make good ones anymore, do they? No, they don't. Thank you very much. Right. That's there. That is the battery one, so that needs to go onto there. This one is the charger. This one's the other wire, the third wire, the second wire on it, I mean. So that's the charging wire. So that can just hang out of there for now. All of these can get stuffed in there. And now we bring the car back. Where's it go? Oh yeah, bloody hell, right, let's go and clean the car and then we'll bring it back. Sorry, I forgot it was down there. Anyway, let's get the compressed air, blow all that degreaser off. That should have done its thing by now, breaking down all that dirt. Let's get the air gun, blow it all away, and then we can put everything back together. there it is. It's cleaner than it was, still a bit dirty here and there, but it's better than it was. I didn't get in every nook and cranny, but I cleaned it reasonably well. So sometimes these little screws, as I say, they're a bit tight down, and you just have to loosen them just to get the thing out. But we're okay with this one, so we can do that. We can link up the throttle again. That should slide in there. Mind we don't get that wire caught. That should go there. What's happened? Is the battery a bit low? What's going on here? Something's going on. Something's going on, Johnny boy. Something's caught somewhere. Let's get this pry bar out again. Oh yeah, that's got going there. There we go. There we go. That's that pry. Ah, that's why. That bloody wire's under there. Stuff that back in there. That's it, stuff that in, happy days. Right, so we should all be in. That should all be there. That has to go under there, like that. And that goes on there. And then we screw that down. Everything's still a little bit wet. It's a bit annoying really, but never mind. Screw that screw in there. You want, so I'm gonna put all this together and then find out I've bloody missed a wire or the battery's no good or something like that. I don't bloody know, do I? That should be alright, shouldn't it? That should be alright. Hopefully. If I stuff that in there a little bit. I could have... No, it wouldn't have fitted. Stuff that. Where's my screwdriver? Stuff these wires. When you're stuffing wires with screwdrivers, you've got to make sure you don't pierce the wire, because sometimes these flathead screwdrivers can be a bit sharp, but you can use them just to stuff wires in, no problem. You have just got to be very careful, because if you put a little split in the wire, that'll be that, and then you'll be thinking, why ain't it working? And then later on down the line you'll realise why it ain't working, because you put a screwdriver through the wire. So there we go. Pair of pliers. That should go up there like that. And we should be able to get that through there. Right, one more. Oh, we can connect the steering back again now, can't we? There we go. We've got steering again. That's got to go. I'm going to have to use a little pair of pliers for that one. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, you bastard. Is that what you are? Is that what you are? A bastard. Yes, I am. Oh, no. Right. That's it. Job is done. Right. Now let's wipe my hands because they're all dirty. Could we use an old tea towel? Right. So now what we need to do. What we need to do now, ma'am. Get the new receiver, stick it on. In fact, what I'll do, before I stick anything on, I'll make sure everything's going to work, and then I'll stick it on. We're going to have to bind it as well. So, we want plus, oh bloody hell, switches on, plus and minus. No, I've forgotten what, I didn't mark, and I've completely forgotten which servo wire goes to what servo. And if you think I'm going to have a look and find out, you've got another thing coming. So I'm just going to plug them in and see what controls what. All that'll happen is, for those of you that don't know and might be wondering, the steering will control the throttle and brake, and the throttle and brake will control the steering if I do it around the wrong way. So there's absolutely no problem there whatsoever. I'm going to stick the bind plug in, turn on the old transmitter, select what model we want to put it on. That one, number 6, and turn it on. Binding plug out. Bloody thing. I always forget that. Bloody binding plug. Bloody thing. Right, we've got steering, we've got throttle, and we've got brakes. Steering's going the opposite way, so we need to put that, it's in reverse, we need to put it in normal mode. Happy days. So we've got steering, we've got throttle, and it's actually it's returning properly. We're not getting, it's not opening the throttle when you come off of brakes. The throttle's opening fully and it's going straight back to tick over. So really we've got everything that we need there. All I've got to do is find a sticky pad, stick that receiver down. We haven't got any type of aerial method. There's supposed to be a little box lid that goes on top of this, which every single one, I'm just looking, every single one of my spares and everything is missing that little lid. Let me just check inside this bag the spares that come with the other one. Nah, no little box lid that goes on top of there. So yeah, every single, I'm missing that completely. So then that would have a little hole in the top of it which you would put your aerial through, and you would stick an aerial tube on top of. But that's the only thing we're missing at the moment. That's a charging cable to charge the battery. So I'll find a sticky pad, stick that on, and then we're ready to go. We're ready to go for a test drive. That's it. That's 100% ready to rock and roll. I can't bloody wait. I can't wait. Shall we fire it up? I need to get an air filter for it. Well, I need to find some foam for the air filter anyway. The little primer bulb works. I've forgotten about that. I don't know if it will necessarily like. It's a bit nippy. This glow starter might be a bit flat, I don't know. It nearly ran then, didn't it? It nearly went. Doodle. Bloody hell. Oh, I don't know. The missus agreed to look after her friend's children today. Well, this evening. So it's going to be bloody house full of kids again. Oh yeah, glow starter's flat. Let's try this one. Huh. Well, it's better, but it's still a bit. Let's get another one. Right, got another glow starter, and now we're glowing fully now. So we'll put that back in. I wish that this had the original head with it. I mean, they said this is an upgraded head. It might well be, in your opinion. In my opinion, it's not. It's just a different head. But yeah, anyway. running lovely. Bit of rev. Brake. Yep. Steering. Couldn't ask for any better than that, could I? All I need now is a shell for it. And a good air filter. It's actually running like a dream, isn't it? That's a lot of the degrease is starting to burn off. Love it. Absolutely love it. There we go. So that's a fair bit ticked off the list. Do you know what? I'm not going to want to sell this. I'm not going to want to bloody sell these. I really ain't. But I've got to. I've got to move them on after when I'm done with them. I've got to, because well, I can't afford to keep loads of stuff. When I do sell this, it's not going to come with this receiver. This is my receiver. I need this. Just in case any of you lot might be interested, it won't come with a radio gear. It will be just the car. But I won't be selling it just yet anyway. I need to give it a test drive, of course. So anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching, you lot. Appreciate you all coming, dropping by and joining in. I'm really glad that's an MT1, obviously, as we know, the original MT. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that one properly up and running and driving. If I can find the little, if any of you lot have got the little boxes, I need 2 of them. The little boxes for, or maybe even 3, but the little boxes for the radio things. Please let me know. I'll buy them off you. I'm going to get this one properly up and running. If I can find a nice shell. There's a shell on eBay for 30 quid. 30 quid for a bloody shell. Second-hand shell with a few cracks in it. I'm not paying 30 quid for a shell. So I'm going to try and find a more reasonably priced shell. An MT1, an ordinary MT shell for this one. And then I'm going to try and hopefully find an MT2 shell for the MT2. And that's going to be afterwards. Get the MT1 running and driving properly first, because that's the one that's closest, and then we'll move over to this MT2 and decide what I'm going to do with the engine and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to nick the throttle and brake linkages off of that one and put it on here, and then I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with that, because that's that looks like a running and driving car. Well, running and driving, but it looks like a driving car. It's got everything it needs apart from an engine, and once I nick them linkages, it won't have linkages. So that's going to be later on. I'm going to put those wheels on here as well, because these FTX Carnage wheels look stupidly gay. Anyway, there we go, you lot. Thanks for watching. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you'd like to be treated, and we should have a nice happy life. The next time you see this, hopefully, will be when we're out and about testing it. I'm still going to test it without a shell and everything, so don't worry about that. That will be coming up soon, as long as the weather lets me. Not a lot of rain and all that kind of stuff. Cheerio. All the best.